Dear students, in the previous class we have seen various experiments which proves that what is genetic material. Various experiments which proves that what are genetic material, whether it is a protein or nucleic acid. Why? Because Griffith experiment of transformation, Griffith transformation experiment helps to identify some transforming principle is moving from one bacterium to other bacterium, one bacteria to other, and it is responsible for the formation of characters. Formation of characters means expression of characters. Control of characters and transmission of characters. Transmission of characters from one organism to other organism, from one generation to other generation. So the first, some proof that an organism is able to show physical change, its form, that is rough form is changed into smooth and virulent form. Rough and non-virulent form is changed into smooth and virulent form. This is because from the dead body of heat-killed smooth bacteria, something entered. The question comes here is, what is that something entered from the heat-killed smooth bacteria into rough bacteria, with which rough bacteria transformed or changed into a smooth virulent bacteria. It is nothing but genetic material which is capable of expressing characters, forming characters and transmitting characters. But according to the Griffith, in his days, he is not able to identify what is the biochemical nature of this transforming principle. What is the biochemical nature of transforming principle? Later, some other scientists carried out the same experiment. Some other scientists carried out the same experiment to understand the biochemical nature of transforming principle. What it is chemically. So here we have seen Avery, McLeod and McCarthy. These three scientists, same experiments, and they have purified the dead body of heat-killed smooth, and they have removed all the chemicals in pure state. And especially when they were going to do these experiments number of times, they have completely removed lipids and polysaccharides, completely removed. And in the heat-killed smooth bacteria, proteins are present, RNA present, DNA present. So they have observed, it was observed, it is clear that out of these three, one should be the genetic material or transforming principle. To carry out which is transforming principle, to understand which is transforming principle, they have carried some other experiments. Two different types of experiments they have. Slightly, when proteins of heat killed proteins which are present in heat killed are given to rough cells, they are not converted into smooth, not converted, not transformed, no transformation. When RNA of heat killed, of given to, supplied to, given to rough, not converted, no transformation. When DNA of heat killed smooth given to rough, transformation occurs, transformed into smooth and virulent. It means with this it was clear that DNA is the transforming principle. From the heat killed smooth it enters into rough. By receiving this, rough is converted into smooth and virulent by developing a coat and shows changes in its function, that is non-virulent becomes virulent. To understand this simplest experiment in a detailed way, they have used some enzymes. In the previous class, my dear students, we have seen in another form. Let us see that in another form. If they want to test this with the help of enzymes, what are those enzymes? The enzymes responsible for digesting or cutting or breaking or denaturing. So enzymes digesting, breaking or denaturing these proteins, RNA and DNA. For proteins, proteases. Proteases are the enzymes, they break proteins. RNases are the enzymes, they break RNA. DNases are enzymes, break DNA. So they have taken these enzymes into consideration to extract the result. And how they got result? They have taken all these in separate test tubes. Test tube, culture medium, for the growth of the bacteria. Into this, they have taken heat killed smooth. Heat killed smooth means they were dead, but they were having these three chemicals. Our question is, out of these three chemicals, which is genetic material, which is responsible for transformation, or which is considered as transforming principle, carry out the formation of conversion of rough into smooth and virulent. They have dropped this Along with this, they have taken rough bacterial cell, they have dropped. Both are present inside. Now, they are going to add protease here. Let us see. Heat killed smooth, rough. So many they have joined. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 heat killed, 2 rough, like that. Protease. Protease means the enzyme which cut the proteins. Protease is the enzyme which cut the protein. If from the heat killed body, if protein is entering into rough, if it is protein which is entering into rough, and rough is going to become, if it is genetic material. So our scientists, what they have done, they have dropped protease. When they dropped protease, if protein is moving from the body of this, it will cut the protein. It will cut the protein. So here it cuts the protein without any doubt. After some time, our scientists are able to see formation of smooth and virulent. So the process of transformation is not stopped. Process of transformation, rough bacterial cell is converted into smooth bacterial cell. How it is possible? Something is transferred. What is that thing? Without any doubt, no protein, because protease dropped. If protein is the transforming principle, when protein is coming, it will break the protein. It will not enter. Protein will not enter into the rough. So protein is broken down by protease, even though rough is converted into smooth. It means there are two other chemical substances, RNA and DNA. Out of these two, one should be the transforming principle. First experiment, it confirms that protein is not the transforming principle, is not the genetic material. First experiment, simplest way. Second experiment, when they have taken, first experiment, when they have taken a glass test tube with a culture medium, and they have dropped heat killed smooth and rough bacterial cells inside. So heat killed smooth is here, rough bacteria is here, and here they have taken RNase enzyme. They have dropped RNase. RNase is that enzyme which will break the RNA. If RNA is moving from here to here, if RNA is moving from here to here to convert this, if it is moving, RNase will break the RNA. So RNA is not able to enter into rough. After some time, something entered and it has converted into smooth and virulent. Live, smooth and virulent. It means transformation is not stopped. Here also transformation is not stopped. Even if we put proteases, when we thought proteins are the transforming principles. So confirm that no protein is transforming. Here they thought RNA is the transforming principle. So they dropped RNase, even though transformation is not stopped. Some of rough bacterial cells are converted into smooth bacterial cells. So RNA, not the genetic material which is responsible for conversion of R into. Third experiment, they have taken test tube with culture media. They have dropped heat killed smooth and they have dropped rough. Heat killed smooth is here, rough is here, and they have dropped DNase enzyme. DNase enzyme. DNA is that which will break the DNA. RNA break the RNA. Protease break the protein. So when they drop DNase, after some time, after a long time even, there is no formation of smooth and virulent. Transformation is affected. Transformation is stopped. It means from the heat killed smooth bacteria, DNA is moving. In these cases, from the heat killed smooth, DNA is moving and it is converted. From the heat killed smooth, DNA is moving and converted. Here from heat killed smooth, DNA is moving, but DNA has been broken down by DNase. So it is not moving into R, rough, and rough is not converted into smooth. So transformation stopped or affected. No transformation. No formation of smooth, virulent, live bacterial cells. Live bacterial cells. So in the first two cases, transformation not affected, transformation happens. In the last case, transformation affected and it was stopped. And with this, it is clearly evident that whenever dead heat killed smooth and rough bacterial cells are found in a medium, transfer of genetic material from the donor to the recipient. Donor is here heat killed smooth and recipient here is rough. So transfer of genetic material from one bacteria to the other bacteria. Which bacteria? Donor to the recipient bacteria. By receiving this, recipient bacteria will show change in its form and function. Form and function means it will appear from rough to smooth and from non-virulent to virulent. With this, it was confirmed that DNA is the genetic material. DNA is the transforming principle in Griffith experiment. But yesterday we have seen all biologists are not convinced because in some organisms RNA is the genetic material, but they failed to show that RNA as the genetic material here. They failed to show that RNA as genetic material here. So most of the biologists not convinced by the experiments provided by Avery, MacLeod and McCarthy. And final proof for DNA is a genetic material we obtained in the last class. That is Hershey and Chase experiment. Hershey and Chase experiment also, they have taken bacteriophage with protein coat sulfur 35. Another bacteriophage DNA phosphorus 32 radioactive substances, heavy isotopes of phosphorus and sulfur, because protein it is made up of protein. Proteins are not having phosphorus, they are having sulfur. So we have incorporated by culture, we have seen in the previous class, we have incorporated sulfur 35 into protein. In the same way, DNA molecule is not having sulfur, it is having phosphorus. So when we are growing this in phosphorus 32, phosphorus is incorporated into the DNA of bacteriophage. So DNA is labeled with phosphorus 32, sulfur is labeled with, protein is labeled with sulfur 35. Now these are allowed to affect a bacterial cell. Whenever a bacterial cell is there, which is infected with this, another bacterial cell, normal bacterial cell infected with this. Whenever infection means this bacteriophage or virus attack a bacteria is called infection. So what happens after infection? This phage is found attached to the bacterial cells. It will attach here. It will attach here. This is called infection. Both the bacterial cells. This is another medium. This is another medium. Infection. After infection, what happens? We have studied the subject. Once a bacteriophage infects a bacteria, it sends something inside the bacterial cells. Later, bacterial cells will found that bacteriophage structure as it of its own, and it starts production of so many bacteriophages, not its body. So here, to understand what is entering from the bacteriophage into the bacterial cell, they have conducted second experiment, that is blending. A process. Blending is a process of mixing or agitating in a blender to remove these from the bacterial cells. So here we are going to study, after blending, our bacteriophages are outside. After blending or agitation experiments, bacteriophages are separated from the bacterial cells. Later, we send it for centrifuge, ultracentrifuge or spinning. Centrifuge. Separation of various components of the bacterial cells and viral cells based upon their density. So generally, those who are having labeled heavy, they will go in the test tube. All these things are going on in the test tube. After density gradient centrifugation, spinning, they will come to the normal rest. We will find in the test tube two types of supernatant and precipitated one, sedimented below, which settled one. They have identified settled ones are having heavy isotopes, supernatants are not having isotopes. Here after blending, they have identified in the body of this bacterial cell, sulfur 35 is not present. If sulfur 35 isotope is present, we can certainly say that proteins are the genetic material which are moving into the bacterial body from the viral body, bacteriophage. But here they have not traced any sulfur 35, but sulfur 35 is traced in the heavy isotope of sulfur traced outside the cell. So from the body of the bacteriophage, proteins are not entering into the bacteria. Proteins stay outside, and experiments proved that virus will stay outside the bacteria in the form of a ghost. We used to call it as ghost, protein coat. So something is entered inside, nothing but a structure. It is not having any isotope. Now, in this experiment, when they observed In the body of the bacteria, phosphorus 32 is there, and the body of the phase, there is no isotope labeled. Labeled isotope, that is heavy isotopes of phosphorus P32, is found in the body of bacteria. It means from the body of bacteriophage into the bacteria, what is supplied? Some genetic material. Genetic material only will be supplied from one organism to other organism's body. And it was observed that DNA is the genetic material which is present here, and later in the body of this bacteria, it produces so many phases, new, so many, and by breaking the body of the bacteria, by lysis of the bacterial body, they will liberate out. When they are liberating out, it is called a new phase, bacteriophage generation. From here, they entered into the bacteria and they developed their number. When we observed, in this, they were having, so same genetic material is passed from one organism to the other organism through. So from the bacteriophage into the bacterial cell, what is that material entering? Is nothing but genetic material only. What is that genetic material? It is nothing but DNA, but not proteins. With this unequivocal proof for DNA is the genetic material was proved. Then question comes, what are these DNA? They are nothing but nucleic acids. Let us see the prolongation of this. What are nucleic acids? Nucleic acids are nothing but made up of some chemical components which are considered as genetic material here, nucleic acids. And when we observe, nucleic acids are nothing but made up of, they were the polymers of nucleotides. Polymers of nucleotides, nucleic acids. Then question comes, what is meant by polymer? What are nucleotides? Then question comes, to understand polymers of nucleotides or nucleotide polymers, or to study in detail nucleic acids, there are two types of nucleic acids identified, DNA and RNA. And what is DNA and what is RNA? We are going to study how chemical composition of the nucleic acids. By understanding chemical composition of nucleic acids. Here nucleic acids means both DNA and RNA. Then we will study them separately. So what are the chemicals present in nucleic acids in general? The chemicals present in nucleic acids, when we want to study, we have been observed since ages, experimentation, not all of a sudden, many ages, it was identified that nucleic acids are, they are made up of three chemical compounds or components. Chemical substances, chemical structures, chemical components. What are those three chemical components with which nucleic acids are made? They are made up of, first sentence, three chemical components So what are made up of three chemical components? Nucleic acids are made up of three chemical components. Those three chemical components, first one, sugars, first chemical component. Question comes, what are these sugars? These are pentose sugars. First chemical component, sugars are pentose sugars. Sugar means pentose sugar. Second chemical component, phosphoric acid. Phosphoric acid, H3PO4, in the form of phosphate group. So first chemical sugar, they are called sugars, pentose sugars. Pentose means 5 carbon compounds. Second chemical is phosphoric acid, and this is present in this nucleic acid in the form of phosphate group, second component. Third component, nitrogen containing compounds. Nitrogen containing compounds, which are also called as nitrogen bases or N2 bases. So there are three chemical components with which nucleic acids are made: sugars, phosphoric acid, and N2 bases are nitrogen containing compounds. And these are arranged associated in such a way to form nucleotides, and so many nucleotides are arranged in such a way to form polynucleotides or polymers of nucleotides. So let us see the structure of these sugars, phosphoric acids, nitrogen containing compounds, and how they were associated together to form nucleic acids. Sugars are pentose sugars. Pentose sugar, there are two types of pentose sugars, are of two types. First one, ribose sugar, deoxyribose sugar. What is this sugar? Pentose sugar, 5 carbon compound. There are two types of, and ribose sugars are found in RNA. Deoxyribose sugars are found in DNA. Now, when we wish to study the chemical composition of sugars, pentose sugars, ribose sugar, it consists of a structure having 5 carbon atoms: carbon 1, carbon 2, carbon 3, carbon 4, carbon 5 outside the ring-like structure. And here carbon 1, carbon 2, carbon 3, carbon 4, carbon 5 outside this ring-like structure. What is this ring-like structure? This ring-like structure, 4 carbons are involved with a central oxygen atom. So oxygen atom is pointed as a central one to this in the form of a furanous ring. And fifth carbon is not in the ring, it is outside the ring. Here, this structure, carbon 1, carbon 2, carbon 3, carbon 4, carbon 5. Now, let us see this with modifications. Carbon 1 having HOH. Carbon 2 HOH. Carbon 3 carbon 4 H. Carbon 5 CH2OH. This is the composition, chemical composition of ribose sugar. And if we count, it gives an empirical formula of C5H10O5. Here 10 hydrogens, carbons 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbons, hydrogens 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, oxygens 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. C5H10O5 empirical formula of ribose sugar, which is present in RNA molecule. RNA is also a nucleic acid like DNA, but most of the organisms, DNA is the genetic material. In few organisms, we have seen in the previous class, RNA is the genetic material. Now let us see the structure of deoxyribose sugar. What is this deoxyribose sugar? This deoxyribose sugar gives the same structure. Central oxygen, carbon 1, carbon 2, carbon 3, carbon 4, carbon 5 outside. Here, carbon 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Difference is oxygens 1, 2, 3, 4. So the empirical formula, carbons 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, C5, hydrogens 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, H10, oxygens only 4. And the second carbon atom of sugar in DNA, a pentose sugar, and the second carbon atom, one oxygen is missing. One extra oxygen is present here, OH, but here the oxygen is deoxy, removed, deoxyribose. If oxygen is present, ribose. The difference between sugar molecule of DNA and RNA, this is called deoxyribose because of absence of one oxygen, deoxyribose, whereas presence of oxygen, ribose. So in the chemical composition of nucleic acids, both DNA and RNA, first chemical component is sugar molecule. These sugar molecules are called pentose sugars, and pentose sugars are having a composition of C5H10O5 or C5H10O4 empirical formulas. What is the difference here and what is similarity? Everything is same except second carbon position, carbon 2 position, OH is present in RNA, in the ribose, that's why it becomes ribose sugar. Here in the DNA, at second position, only H is present. Second carbon position, C2 position, second carbon position, only H is there. Deoxy, ribose, ribose. So chemical composition, the difference is only presence of extra oxygen, absence of oxygen. Now let us see what is the second, that is phosphoric acid. The second chemical, phosphoric acid, it is common in both DNA and RNA. Phosphoric acid, H3PO4, this is phosphoric acid, H3PO4. So phosphoric acid is present in the DNA or RNA in the form of phosphate group. What is phosphate group and how it is going to found, we'll see in the complete composite structure of the DNA. We are watching now only chemical composition. Phosphoric acid H3PO4, which is available in DNA or RNA in the form of phosphate group. In the form of third component, nitrogen bases or nitrogen containing compounds are N2 bases. N2 bases, nitrogen bases, which are nothing but nitrogen containing compounds. So N2 bases are nitrogen containing compounds are studied clearly and identified that there are two different types of N2 containing compounds. They are called purines and pyrimidines. Purines and pyrimidines, these are two different types of nitrogen containing compounds which are considered as N2 bases. They were the third chemical components present in the nucleic acids. They were third chemical component present in the nucleic acid. What are these purines and pyrimidines? Purines, these are double ringed heterocyclic heterocyclic N2 bases. These are single ringed heterocyclic N2 bases. So For understanding what is this double ringed heterocyclic, what are these single ringed heterocyclic? Purines having a molecular structure of a benzene ring and imidazole ring. Benzene ring and two rings with different atoms of elements, heterocyclic, and IUPAC nomenclature, first carbon, second position, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, 7, 8, 9. So the positions according to IUB, Union of Biochemistry, are pure and applied chemistry. This is a purine. This is a purine, double ringed, in general, double ringed heterocyclic compounds. And when our scientists observed, they are able to identify these purines are again two different types with little difference in the structure. Purine. These purines are two types, adenine, guanine. So adenine and guanine both comes under purines and both are having double ringed structure, heterocyclic nature. Then pyrimidines, when they observe the structure of pyrimidines, a single ringed compound, single benzene ring having and again here also they observed there are two types of pyrimidines in DNA and two types of pyrimidines in RNA. Finally, when they count surprisingly, they observed three different types of pyrimidines. These three different types of pyrimidines are specific. For example, if we study that there are two types of nucleic acids which are called DNA and RNA, then question comes, in DNA deoxyribose sugar, in RNA ribose sugar. Both DNA and RNA consist of phosphoric acid in the form of phosphate group. Now question comes, nitrogen containing compounds are nitrogenous bases or N2 bases. There are purines and pyrimidines, and purines are two different types, pyrimidines are three different types. Question comes, which pyrimidine belongs to DNA and RNA? Now DNA purines, adenine represented by A, guanine represented by G. DNA pyrimidines, thymine represented by T, cytosine represented by C. So in DNA, how many N2 bases are there? In DNA, purines and pyrimidines, two different types basically, and again these two are separated into adenine and guanine, both comes under purines. Thymine and cytosine both comes under. So the N2 bases of DNA, 4 N2 bases, A, G, T, C. Now let us go to the N2 bases of RNA. RNA purines, there are two types which are similar to that of DNA. Adenine and guanine, which are same like that of DNA. So purines are common for both DNA and RNA. Adenine and guanine both are common both for DNA and RNA. Purines. Pyrimidines. Here the pyrimidines for RNA. Cytosine is common, but instead of thymine, uracil is present. So what is common here? Adenine, guanine and cytosine. From purines to adenine, guanine, from pyrimidines, cytosine. These three are common for both DNA and RNA, AGC. Whereas, which is present only in DNA, thymine is present only in DNA. Whereas, uracil is present only in RNA. So with this, the three chemical components which are responsible as the structural components of nucleic acids are traced. What are they? Pentose sugars, 5 carbon compounds, deoxyribose or ribose, phosphoric acid in the form of phosphate group, and N2 bases, purines and pyrimidines, 4 in DNA, 4 in RNA. We are able to identify the structures slowly. Now, question comes. Nucleic acids, DNA and RNA, made up of polymer of nucleotides. Then question comes, what are these nucleotides are? Now here to understand, these three chemical components are joined in such a way to form nucleotides. For example, a sugar molecule, if it is a ribose sugar, OH, if it is a deoxyribose sugar, only H, joins with a N2 base. So, when a ribose or deoxyribose sugar joins with N2 base, this structure, sugar plus any N2 base, maybe it is a purine or pyrimidine. A sugar plus N2 base is called nucleoside. Nucleoside. So what is nucleoside? Whenever, whether it is in the structure of DNA or in the structure of RNA, whenever if you identify a sugar molecule is bonded with a N2 base, maybe adenine, guanine, thymine, cytosine, or adenine, guanine, uracil, cytosine, it is called nucleoside. Now, if this nucleoside is attached with a phosphate group, nucleoside plus phosphate. So any nucleoside, 4 forms are there. To this nucleoside, that is sugar plus N2 base plus phosphate. If it is a phosphate group is attached to the sugar, we will see the nomenclature later in the next classes. If a phosphate group is attached to the sugar, phosphate plus nucleoside is equal to nucleotide. My dear students, what are nucleotides? A nucleotide is made up of nucleoside plus phosphate, or a nucleotide is made up of three chemical components: sugars, N2 bases, and phosphates. Sugars, N2 bases. If it is a deoxyribose sugar, it belongs to DNA. If it is a ribose sugar, it belongs to RNA. And here, uracil is present in RNA, whereas thymine is present in DNA. We will see the composite continuity class in the next episode. All the best.